Hello YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode I'm going to explain to you why this is an absolute must-have in your medical kit. So stick with me. Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, today I'm going to explain to you why the ZipStitch is a must-have in your medical kit. Well, if you haven't been living under a rock and you follow my channel regularly, you'll know that recently we had to go to the ER, the hospital, for an interesting accident that I had to deal with regarding a very large knife that deflected off a piece of wood and decided to take a little chunk out of my inner thigh. Now, we explained this in my massive 725 piece long-term grid down trauma kit video. And in that video, we introduced the ZipStitch, but in no way, shape, or form other than opening it did we get to apply it in any way, shape, or form. Now, the concept of this video was not to actually have to use this real world, but as of today, which is the time of filming, it has been 9 days since I got my sutures in my leg. So it was time to check the wound. Everything looked kosher, everything was good to go. It had all the telltale signs that the stitches were ready to come out. So we went through, and I had a nurse buddy of mine who was willing to actually help me out with that, considering the fact that I didn't want to pay another medical bill because I already kind of went under the hole for 500 bucks, and it was kind of painful in the wallet, as it were. So we proceeded to remove the stitches, and about 2 stitches in, we realized, well, okay, so these aren't exactly ready. And, well, there was no bleeding, there was no issues, nothing at all. So we proceeded to remove the rest of the sutures, given the fact we did have ZipStitch available, so we could have a non-invasive way to have a wound closure device to keep me going so I continue the healing process without any further complications. And throughout the overlay footage that we're going to be dropping in this video so you guys can see the process of what the stitches look like, what the wound looked like right after we remove the sutures, and up to the point and the process of actually step-by-step administering the ZipStitch wound closure device on our actual leg is, I mean, it was really seamless and painless. I think the taking of the photos took longer than the actual application of the ZipStitch. So far, I've had it on for a day, and everything has been amazing. It's held on really well. It's pretty dang flexible. Because it's non-invasive, there's absolutely no pain whatsoever, no discomfort, no issues, no like that awkward pulling, like you feel like you have like a fishing string caught in your leg or something. Nothing like that at all. It's been absolutely tremendous. And it's a pretty easy process to get started. So this is what the packet you will get when you pick one up. I suggest you actually pick up like multiples of these, just in case you have anything to go wrong, but they're super cheap compared to having any actual procedures done in a hospital. Now, to be clear, as a disclaimer, I'm not telling anyone not to go to the hospital. I mean, we freaking went to the ER and we went to the hospital and we took care of it professionally. But if you find yourself in an emergency situation, a grid down situation, an outdoor situation where it's just not viable to go to the ER in an acceptable amount of time, these things could be the difference between having proper healing and stopping the bleeding in a very important emergency, or putting yourself in a situation where you have a lot of blood and it could end up with a very serious issue. Like I said, they are marketing this to pretty much everyday people. This is straight up giving you literally hospital quality medical care in the field, which is freaking amazing, at home without a prescription. And that is fantastic, considering the fact that I knew what Zipline Medical was. I've seen their videos before. They have these long, huge strips they do for people with like knee replacement surgeries and a whole bunch of other stuff, and we'll overlay that footage too so you guys can check that out. And the fact that they actually made this available for everyday people for small lacerations and things like that is absolutely ingenious. Now, keep in mind, I am not a first responder, I'm not a doctor, but I did have to use this on myself, and I'll tell you, just follow the instructions. There are 6 simple instructions to follow. It's really easy. You just make sure you clean the area, you apply it, you just follow the directions, and you're gonna be good to go. We literally have had no issues with it. And so far, it's been able to move with my leg and my body really comfortably, really well. And this is actually what you get in the kit. So you get the envelope, you get the instructions like I showed before, and then you actually get further instructions on the device, and it's completely sealed and sterile through radiation. But that is what it looks like in the package. pretty straightforward. There's a clear backing on the other side that you remove. You firmly place it centered over the laceration. You remove the actual paper border right there, and then you just slowly start going notch by notch, as slow as you want, until you run to a situation where your laceration is fully closed, like you see in the pictures that we're providing in overlay footage. And for anyone who wants to take a trauma kit, they're prepping, they're anything like that, seriously, this ZipStitch is a must-have. And the fact that these cost like $19.99 for the ZipStitch is incredible. You can buy like 15 or 20 of these for the price of an actual single medical visit to get stitches done. Now, there are situations, obviously, if you've hit an artery, anything that is majorly serious that you're extremely concerned about, always it is the safest bet to go seek professional medical help. But if you find yourself in a situation where you do have a laceration and you feel you can take care of it with the ZipStitch, I highly recommend, if you choose to take that route and that's your own cognition, this thing is an absolute godsend. And it has been a godsend to me personally. I am using it actively on my leg right now. What makes this so ingenious is the fact that it's so simple. It's basically taking medical grade tape and zip ties and turning it into a stitching device that is just as functional, reliable as stitches, skin staples, all that stuff. And they just did it where it's non-invasive. There's absolutely no pain involved. It's really easy to set up, get the wound clean, and get everything ready to go. And you can literally apply this and have it ready to go in like 30 seconds, which is fantastic. You do not have to be a medical professional to administer this yourself. I can attest to that 100%. But my biggest thing is it's non-invasive. You have absolutely no puncturing of the skin. That is what the biggest beauty of that, because when it comes to the removal, it just peels off nice and easy. In conclusion, all I can really say is if you have a trauma kit, you have a medical kit, a first aid kit, you got a family, you care about this stuff, and you're a prepper and you're outdoorsman, you like to hike and be active, this is an absolute must have. But that's just about it for now, and if you enjoyed the overview and the real world application of the ZipStitch, definitely throw this video a big thumbs up and share this out with your friends and family in your social media networks so we can keep growing, thriving, and making awesome videos for you guys. But that's just about it for now. Hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.